Well, later tonight, a November snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Caleb going to throw right away. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Yeah, look at this defense for the Vikings. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good for a first down. His 2nd catch of the opening drive. So they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain. So they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
To throw, it's Williams. He's got the connection to Moore. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick that first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Williams going to look to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Williams looking to do it himself. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackled by Jonathan Grenard.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
That'll give them 8 that time. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. On play action, here's Williams. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. Take this one home. It's a touchdown. So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
Now the try here for the point after.
The extra point.
He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Finds Komet on the quick slant. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To the air, Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
They brought in the heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
To throw, Williams. Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 27-yard line.
Second down and a yard. To throw once more. Here's Williams. Open man down the field. That's Burden. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Looking to throw is Williams. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard
Look around the club, what do I say? Everybody rockin' slide to the beat. Snapping 9 fingers, bouncing to the groove.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself, you don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
2nd and 10.
Come on, set.
Now the first carry here for the running back. He's across the 40 for the extra yards to the 43. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Viking 18.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety net. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Throwing is Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now a give, right side, Swift. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's Williams. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he lost the football. A call and luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Third down and 13. Looking to throw. Williams. Touchdown Bears! DJ Moore. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Bears 14, Vikings 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your birthright to try to pick themselves back up. Doing with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Open man, that's Felton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down.
Back to throw. Yeah, that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Okay, ready?
Now it's 2nd and 10.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26.
And the Vikings.
Now they'll change things up.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready? Stop. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And they'll get this down to the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. Back to throw again. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Ty Felton as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Point after and right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break. Williams will try and do this himself. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
I think they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
44-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Looking to throw. From the left side here, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line.
And the Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
He was taken down.
Well, they're hoping the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here we go. Bronco 80. Cup 19. Cup 19. Mustang 19.
2nd and 5. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Another Vikings, first down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
And he'll get him. Touchdown, Minnesota. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point forthcoming.
For the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-15. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings pull it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 20. Two.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
To throw, it's Williams. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Back to throw. Williams. Touchdown, Chicago! Luther Burden, 32 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from drawing level. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Dances by him. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
60 Eagles, Panther 11, Panther 11.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll set up a throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Felton, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. They will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Bears. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Here's Williams throwing to start the drive. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. They'll go play action here with Williams. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. The CD, you know, anytime they get close to the red zone, he is such a threat, and there he is again already, his second touchdown of the ball game.
And I know it's probably a little bit of a failing on my part, but you know I watch a game through defensive eyes, and I don't understand what the coverage was doing there. When he headed out deep, they should have adjusted and thrown towards him. Instead, they left him out there and gave him a chance to make a big play. And, of course, he did exactly that. His size, speed, and versatility makes him a top target in any game.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Here we go, here we go.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Cup 19.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hope
definitely tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Vikings! Josh Oliver, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
Now the extra point.
Up for the extra point.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35.
35-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Off the play fake, it's Williams. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To the air, Williams. His throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
From the gun, here's Williams. And this is going to be intercepted. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mays used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity. Oh, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Go.
He'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
There's a throw here that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
At the 6-yard
And remember,
line.
this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw here. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal then. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
18, Rattler.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Josh Oliver, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Up now on 2nd down. Here's Williams. Now he'll tuck this and run.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still, some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Williams looking to do it himself. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop.
It's a gain of 8.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw is Williams. Able to find Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Williams looking to do it himself. He'll get this off to Swift. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He was out there waving his arms. I mean, you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help. I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here, because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Back to throw. Pass caught by Burden.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
2nd and 1 at the Vikings 26.
He's back to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. There'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Throwing is Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll go. Here's Williams. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now they're going to go for two and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. Williams going to throw for it. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So with an even 30 seconds to go, everything will come down to this onside kick. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now they've given them that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. Hands it off out of the gun. Well, I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
10-yard gain, but it's 4th down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Vikings, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action.